Lock in. Mansions no one wants to buy for any price except for me. I'll probably buy them for any price because you name a price, I don't give a fuck. I'm rich. I'm on famous birthdays now. You know? Like, you think I give a fuck about a price of a house? I'm on famous birthdays. All right? I'm number 8. I'm top 8 in 30-year-old Geminis. Okay? Right next to Quebblecop. So, you think you're going to name a price for a mansion? I'm not going to buy it. I'll fucking buy it if I want to buy it. Sorry. Humble brag.
Everyone dreams of owning a mansion. But in reality,
I'm not gonna lie though, I do like a nice normal cozy house. Mansions are a little bit too big, and like I just know like if I live there alone or even with someone, like there's just rooms you're not gonna get to. Like I just don't need all that space. I just don't need all that space. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in all that space. Wait, I'm above Quebblecock now? Hold on. Wait. Famous birthdays. 30-year-old Geminis. Oh my god, we're top 6 now. Oh my god, we're top 6. We're coming up on fucking Aaron Branch, dude. We're next to Ethan Payne and Courtney Miller. Where's Quebblecock? Wait, what happened to Quebblecock, dude? I thought he was in... Maybe it was a different category. Oh, there he is. Wait, Quebblecock went down to number 9. Nah, man. It does suck, but it's like, yeah, we're on our way to the top, you know?
Dream most of us will never be able to afford. Or is it? If you know where to look, you'd be surprised with the incredible mansions you could get on the cheap. And even more surprised by why not even millionaires want to buy them. From domineering castles with creepy past to haunted
You love
homes
Aaron Branch?
suspiciously available for free. Let's take a tour of some incredible mansions no one wants to buy.
Shout out Aaron Branch. I don't know who it is, but shout out Aaron Branch. Why is this so loud? Get this out of my face. Okay. That's not a mansion. That's not... Wait, $0?
With a catch.
Yeah, what's the catch?
They say that nothing in this world comes free. And when something seems just too good
It's
to be
haunted
true,
and you're guaranteed to die if you move in.
In May 2019, bargain hunters were astounded when a listing for an impressive-seeming 4-bedroom home on Craigslist went viral for touting a $0.
Dude, no. If you see a listing for $0 for a house, who the fuck... You know damn well that it's not real. No one actually sees that. No one actually sees that and is fucking believing it.
Price tag. But there was a catch. The seemingly good-willed seller behind this insane offering was Barb Coughlin, the owner of the property in Jordan, Minnesota, who inherited it from her grandmother, Gail. No one lived in the house even when it was owned by Gail, and in 2002 the elderly woman made the bizarre decision to relocate the property from the middle of town to the side of the highway.
That's a doable thing?
Moving a house is a Herculean task and requires a lot of resources. Relocated properties are usually...
Why do I feel like it'd be easier and cheaper to actually just build a new house? I mean, I'm sure you might save money on this, but like I feel like it would be cheaper to just build a new one.
From under the sills with a jacking system and a network of beams to keep the structure in one piece. Gail's reasons for moving the house were never revealed, but it remained abandoned on the side
old
of the
lady
highway
shit,
for
dude. That's such an
15
old fucking woman thing to do. Like, you're just old as shit, and you're like, yeah, I want to move the whole house instead of getting a new one or just moving. Like, get the fuck out of here.
years, until the property fell into Barb's hands in 2017 following Gail's passing. The mini mansion's interior is completely empty, except for the remnants of decor from days gone by. Just one glance at those bright
The
orange
mini mansion, that's crazy, dude. When I was a little kid and I lived in Long Island, New York, and we were moving to upstate, we were looking at houses, and there was one that we called the mini mansion, and it had like this rooftop you can go on. But like, when I tell you it was in the middle of nowhere, it was like through the woods, and then you get through the woods and it's just this fucking open big ass field. And then the house was smack dab in the middle of it. The town had under 1,000 people in it. I think the town still has under 1,000 people in it. Let me see. Yes, 736 people live in it currently. That's crazy. Super quiet. Yeah, you ride four-wheelers, you know, it'd be cool, but I would have hated every second of it. Terrible internet. What are you going to do? No bitches. Like, you know, we didn't end up moving there. And I still didn't end up getting bitches anyway, but, you know.
Court backsplash is enough to tell you that this place needs a significant...
Would I stay at a haunted Airbnb for Spin the Wheel? Yo, thank you for the tier 1.
Just subscribed.
I mean, I would stay at a haunted Airbnb. I mean, I don't IRL stream. I don't have like a setup for it. So I can't really do like IRL stream or like leaving streams like that. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really scared of haunted shit. Like I don't know. I'm a ghost doubter, guys. I would love for them to be real and scare me, but I don't know if I believe in them.
overall when it comes to decoration. Having originally planned to renovate the mansion into a
Like, I feel like I would just stay there and I would just be chilling.
The road when pitching her idea to Jordan's City Planning Committee to turn 508
Bury my butt itches. Mods, help her out. Yo, what up, Vic?
Broadway into an apartment building.
Barry, they're real. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I don't believe they're real, you know? And I just don't believe in them. Because I feel like we would have, like, we would see it, like, it would just be, someone would have to have some sort of fucking non-fake footage, you know? You know? Like, there's got to be some solid evidence out there at this point, but no, they're just that good at hiding? No.
Would need to provide ample parking for residents. The problem was that the land the property stood on was zoned for commercial
and
use.
like the only ghost content that's out there, like even on TV, like the TV shows I grew up watching, like they're just so fake.
Meaning that if someone wanted to live in the house in its current location, they'd have to apply to change the land zoning law, which is a long and expensive process. By April 2019, Barb had been given an ultimatum by the local government. Move the house from the side of the highway or see it demolished. As a part of her family's history, Barb was determined to save 508 Broadway. But after finding out the costly nature of relocating the property, she decided to list the house for $0 and hope someone else would take care of the moving part.
Wait, so you just have to
As
move
you
it?
could imagine,
How
this
much
sort
is the
of
moving
literal
part?
house move doesn't come cheaply, and upping and moving homes to new locations can cost as much as $200,000.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, that's fucked. $200K to move this shit fucking house? I do kind of like it though. I like this little corner piece. I like when houses aren't like perfectly like, I like when they have a little corner piece with windows and stuff. But yeah, no, just buy a $200,000 house. I mean, these days though, you can get a house for $200K. And they're living in fucking what, Minnesota? I'm sure there's other options out there.
In addition to the cost of the move, Barb estimated that renovating the home would cost around $150,000, totaling to an investment that could cost as much as $350,000. Hardly the $0 of the listing price. That being
RV,
said,
there you have a house transporter simulator. That'd be fun.
Actually around $100,000 less than the median house price in the area, so it could still be a sound
median
investment
house price in Minnesota is $450,000. What's going on in Minnesota? Is Minnesota dope?
Enough to undertake the work. While things were looking up for Barb in June 2019 when she was approached by a property developer, there's been no update on the future of the house since. Thankfully, it looks like this highway house is still standing in the very same spot and was still sporting a for sale
no
sign
jobs?
in September 2021.
Hey, I'm unemployed.
So the only question is, are you up
So
to
I'm
the
good.
task? And star it mansion.
Oh, I like this one.
They say that home is where the heart is. But sadly, this next mansion has struggled to capture anybody.
No, I like this. Is nice. This is nice. Hey, Steve Harvey. This is nice, dude. Oh, I would have my room up in one of these. The top one. I would do the top one.
For many years. Located in the historic town of Port Townsend, Washington, this 1899 beauty was a true labor of love for George Starrett, who built the house for his adored wife, Anne. Dubbed the Anne
Beautiful
Starrett
couple.
Mansion, the 5,796 square foot property has 11 bedrooms and
Wow.
9 bathrooms set over 2
I
stories.
like this.
The crowning tribute to Anne is the 8-sided dome tower at the mansion's
What?
entrance.
You can
that
go- oh
encases
my
an
God.
ornate spiral staircase.
That's so
On
nice.
the dome's ceiling is a solar calendar designed by renowned New York artist George Chapman, who
What's the
used Anne
catch?
Starrett's likeness to depict the 4 seasons and the 4 virtues: prudence, justice, fortitude, and temperance. George and Anne fully enjoyed their beautiful mansion and lived there all their married life, passing ownership of the property to their descendants who continued to live there until the 1980s. The Starrett family seat found new caretakers.
Too much space for stabbers? What does that even mean? Like people being in there ready to stab you? That's terrifying. I personally, yeah, this would be kind of scary to live in. Like, this is just so big, and it's like, bro, if someone breaks in over here and I'm over here in this room, like, you don't know. You're not gonna hear it. A nice little house, you know, you got the whole place secure.
Bob and Ethel Sokol, who bought the house in 1986 and turned it into a boutique hotel. After a successful stint as
Hotel, that's
hoteliers,
cool.
the Sokols put the Starrett Mansion on the market in 2009.
How much
And
do
in the
these fucking
13
blokes
years
want
since
from it?
then, the mansion has been relisted a surprising 7 times to no avail.
What are
While
they trying to
might
sell it
seem
for?
Surprising that a mansion this beautiful would have no interested buyers. Some theorize that what lies within the mansion isn't so pretty.
Uh-oh.
Locals believe the Starred House is
Oh,
haunted
dude.
by its previous residents, including Anne and George, who have allegedly been sighted by staff and guests alike. But
I hope that I can get a haunted house deal. Like, they're like, yeah, it's haunted, so we're selling it for less. Because I don't care.
a ghost couple isn't the only thing new owners could be dealing with. Deemed to be the most interactive of the spirits at Starred House, the ghost of the family nanny is reported to keep a close eye on house guests. The most popular stories are those of critical guests receiving a ghostly smack on the head after complaining about their stay at the house.
If that happened to me, then I would actually be like, okay, I believe in ghosts. I just haven't had a thing that has happened to me that can't be explained, you know? Every night I go to bed, though, my setup moves, okay? I will say that. Like, every night I go to bed, my computers just start going, like, cracking. You know when shit just, it's like bones. Like, shit just starts cracking and popping and, like, making sound? Why is that?
The 11-bedroom property is listed for a price of $1.5 million, which is a bargain compared
Only buy
to
haunted
this
houses and rent them to
5-bed,
YouTubers? That is
4-bath mansion
valid. That's a
situated
good
just
plan.
an 8-minute walk away for $1.3 million. Beautiful as it looks, no one's too keen to shack up with Ann Starr at mansions past or ghostly present. However real those alleged ghosts may or may not be. But considering that 57% of people in the U.S.
Wait, what do they
believe
want
in
for this
the
house?
existence of ghosts, it's no wonder
57? Wow, 57% is pretty crazy. It's more people believe in ghosts than don't. That's actually pretty cool.
haunted houses sit on the market for so long. With that in mind, this seller in Clifton, Tennessee decided to quell superstitions when they listed this property in 2015 with a specially made "not haunted" for sale sign.
Oh wow,
It's unknown why
that
the
makes me
owners
want to buy
deemed
it more.
these measures necessary to sell this 5-bedroom lot, but for the low price of $99,950, that not haunted addition only serves to make me more suspicious. Nope, no ghosts here.
90.
Totally
Wait, that's how
not
much it
haunted.
is? No one's. Well, this is fucking awesome. No one's buying a 99K? No, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. Yo, Booze, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate
Why
it.
would you go live while I'm at work skeptical?
I had to. Why does this guy have ass for fucking eyes? I had to do it. Thank you so much for the 3 months, though. Guys, 99K? No, that someone had to have bought that.
Serves to make me more suspicious.
Because of a
Nope,
ghost?
No ghosts here. Totally not haunted. Foreclosing fortress.
Okay, I would live there.
While for most folks the idea of living in a castle exists only in the realms of imagination, the reality of this next property turned out to
Houses
be
in
nothing
Detroit are like
short of
10K?
a real estate nightmare.
Is Detroit shitty?
Businessman Christopher Mark was the mind behind this one-of-a-kind property based
This
on the
is
fairy
nice.
castles from his daughter's
Wow.
storybooks. Complete with a moat and towers rising 126 feet into the sky, this Gothic creation took a staggering 7 years to build between 2001 and 2008.
It's the
Dubbed
shittiest.
Chris
But isn't
Mark
Eminem from Detroit? I would live with Eminem. Like if Eminem and I got a house.
Castle, the property is nestled within 75 acres of sprawling forest, and the decor
Where's this at?
inside
Oh, that's
transports visitors
fucking
back in
awesome.
time with its medieval design. There are 9 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms.
This
all
is
fit
cool.
for royalty, as well as 12 fireplaces and wooden floors and doors built with over 25 different types of luxurious hardwoods. So what's the catch?
Buy your fans a
think
house
somewhere
and
as
start a cult.
magical as
I
this-
can't even buy a house for myself, all right? I think we're at the point where I could buy houses for anyone else.
This would have plenty of billionaire buyers banging down the door. However, this wonderland has been sitting on the market since 2014.
What are they
with
trying
an
to sell it
asking
for?
price of an out-of-this-world $60 million.
Oh, God, no. 60 mil? No. Go fuck yourself.
You might think that the only reason no buyers have chosen to start a chapter at Chrismark Castle is that extortionate price tag.
It did remind me
There's
of
a
Bam
lot more
Margera's
to it
house.
than that. Turns out the current owner's private life is far from a fairy tale. In 2008, it was reported that Christopher was using the mansion to conceal a suspicious quote-unquote modeling agency that reportedly listed women for hire at $125 from the castle. This sketchy venture followed with a messy public divorce from his wife, alongside the untimely death of a camel living on the exotic animal refuge on
What?
the
What?
property. And Christopher also
I didn't mean to
reportedly
laugh
put
at the
his new
dead camel. I
girlfriend
just
Marie-
didn't know, like, This guy got a divorce. His camel died. Like, damn, he's going through it.
And the child they had together out on the street, refusing to have anything to do with them besides the basic monthly minimum in child support payments. Given that Chris's castle is associated with all of this morally questionable behavior, it casts a gothic darkness.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Not because it's 60 million, but because this man's camel died on the property. Bro, no one's paying 60 mil for that.
Turning into something altogether quite sinister and unnerving. The room in the basement dedicated to pole dancing and other activities
I might buy it.
Involving binding in cages.
I might buy it.
Doesn't exactly help the pure and innocent image either.
I mean, did his wife not know that that was down there?
It's safe to assume that there are plenty of dark secrets. $1,000 home. Everyone loves a good home makeover.
I was contemplating an offer, but then I heard about the camel. Yeah, I was gonna offer 55 mil. I was gonna go 55 mil on it, but his fucking camel died, bro. Give it that shit to me for the best I can do now is like 2 mil, maybe.
But in 2020, this 3-bed, 2-bath Victorian-era property was listed for just $1,000. The catch is that this authentic property is completely abandoned, and despite its charming exterior, the insides are in complete disarray.
Yeah, it's just like building a new house at this point.
New York, the 2056.
Oh my God, Syracuse, New York. This is literally where I'm from, guys. Like, not in Syracuse, but I fly into Syracuse Airport. I live next to Syracuse.
Square foot house was built.
This is like the fucking, like every house. This is every house on my street. But like there's people outside on the porch, like shirtless on a couch. And like you have this big ass beautiful house, but it's like literally falling apart. And it's like, what are you doing?
And features rounded rooms.
It's so weird.
Neat plastered ceilings that harken back
Very
to
doxing himself. I mean, I live in California now. I don't live there.
World in which they were constructed. There's a formal dining room and living parlor that could be fit
a lot of
for
old
a
houses in upstate New York.
Tea party, given a bit of TLC. Well, a lot of TLC. Whoever does end up parting with that $1,000 will have a lot of crumbling foundations on their hands that will need to undergo a complete reconstruction. That amount of labor.
No, the reconstruction is going to be crazy inside.
The listing claims that it will require around $200,000 in renovations.
Yeah, dude, no, yeah, this is fucking 200K for this? No, dude. Just build your own new house. Like, you can get a decent, like, working house in upstate New York for, like, 200K.
Restore it to its former glory. Considering the average house in Syracuse is worth around $153,000, this 1K fixer-upper isn't quite the bargain it might seem. While fixer-uppers like this are always going to be burying some hidden costs, building a brand doesn't have to cost the earth. If you fancy yourself a budding content creator, or you run your own business, you can get an instant boost with today's sponsor. The faster you can go, the better. But this next mansion just goes to show
Nah, what the fuck? No, would you guys... Bro, this shit looks like it doesn't have an elevator as well, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, my room's up here, the bathroom's on the first floor.
Much of a good thing. This over-the-top 14-floor residence in Hampshire, England, was constructed in the
Minecraft house.
By a wealthy landowner.
Yeah, there's just a ladder and you just slide down it. That'd be awesome.
Peterson. Known as a bit of an eccentric, Andrew developed a keen interest for spiritualism and communicating with people from beyond the grave. One spirit Andrew claimed to have contacted was the renowned 17th century English architect Sir Christopher Wren, who apparently instructed him to build a large concrete tower, which was pretty odd considering that Wren never used concrete in his designs. But who says people's taste can't change, right? And so Andrew did as he was told. Known as a folly, large towers like this were pretty popular in the 18th and 19th centuries and were built solely for decoration to be admired by rich homeowners nearby.
Really?
While it looked pretty, or at least interesting, from the outside, the concrete monolith was home to little more than stairs and pigeons
until
my God. 1973, when the tower came under new ownership. The grade 2 listed
spiral staircase? I will vomit going, oh my God, why did this guy just jump scare me? The way they pulled him up fucking jump scared the fuck out of me, dude. Like, they just put him in my face.
The building was bought by Paul Atkins for just $5,000, who renovated part of the property into a tall, skinny mansion for a cool $1 million investment. Paul
A
first
mill?
turned the tower into a boutique hotel with en-suite bedrooms.
That's kind of
each
cool.
taking up
Hotel,
an entire
sure.
floor in the twig-like tower before offering the property up for sale more than 4 decades later.
How much they
First
want for this
listed
bullshit?
in 2016, the property is conservatively described
Just
as
lay
a
it on me. I'm gonna be
four-bed
pissed
detached
off.
house, despite standing at 220 feet and housing 320 steps.
I'm gonna be
If
pissed
the
off
thought
if
of
this shit's
climbing-
over 100K. Like, I know it will be more than that, but like, no, that's just, first of all, this area looks horrible. Okay, I don't know where they said this is, but I would not want to live there.
All those stairs every day wasn't enough to put buyers off, then paying the $2.5 million asking price is sure to sour the deal even further.
The fuck
Not
out of
only
here.
that, but the new owner had best be shock resistant, considering the folly has been struck by lightning at
$2.5 million is just getting struck by lightning?
least 10 times in
10 times it's been struck?
its history. With more than 5 years
That's fucked. No one's ever buying that. You might as well demolish it. Or sell it for very, very cheap.
on the market under its belt, let's hope that this historic structure finds a new owner before Mother Nature smites it down to rubble. Carleton Island Villa.
That's terrifying.
The thought of owning a mansion on a near private island is a dream harbored by many. But for this,
I don't know.
nice
I'm not gonna lie. I
property,
think lately, like this last year or so, like private islands just kind of fell off. Like I feel like now, no, like the stock of private islands has plummeted.
far from idyllic today. In the late 1800s, businessman William Osmond Wyckoff was amassing a great fortune from selling the then newly invented typewriter. After all that hard work, William needed a break.
Horrible
And in
time to own a private
1894,
island.
he set
Exactly.
about commissioning a dream vacation home on the picturesque Carleton Island in upstate New York. The property was completed in 1895, and despite being a vacation home, William's 15,000 square foot fortress was
That's
completed
huge.
with a whopping 50 rooms inside.
50
With all that
rooms.
space, as well as an abundance of waterfront
What a
views,
waste.
Things were looking bright
Who
for the
needs 50
Wyckoff family's
rooms?
next summer vacation.
The roof is literally
But
caving in.
things didn't end up so sunny for William, as he eerily died in his sleep during his very first night on Carleton Island.
Oh wow.
The villa was inherited by one of William's sons, who quickly sold the property following the tanking of the Wyckoff family fortune during the Great Depression in the 1920s. The property was sold to energy company General
Red
Electric,
Bull.
who had intended on using the villa to host employee retreats. But sadly, these plans were soon forgotten as World War II unfurled.
Damn,
Decades
dude.
flew
The
by,
fucking
and
night shit was going down in the 1900s, like 1990 or not 90, sorry. Yeah, the 1900s. That is crazy. Wait, 18, 19, 2000, 2100. Wow. So now the 2000 is going to stay for a long time. Well, no, the one stayed. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm sorry.
Carleton Island Villa remained, exposed to the unforgiving elements, as well
Guys,
as numerous lootings over the years.
1900s. I was born in the 1900s. Okay, I lived through fucking the Great Depression and World War II.
Eventually, the villa came under new ownership.
Wasn't World War One during that too? When was World War One? Yeah, 1914. Oh my God. What's going on, guys? What was going on in the 1900s that everybody was not getting along and shit was bad? Well, we're still so early in the 2000. Shit might pop off. Oh my God. We need to get ready.
By a couple living in a
We need to buy
cottage
canned
nearby
food
the
and
estate,
bunkers.
who put the mansion on the market in 2012. Despite its colossal size, Wyckoff's mansion was priced at just
Wyckoff's mansion.
$495,000.
That's a good
drop
deal.
in the ocean compared with what you'd think it must be worth. In fact, in the general surrounding area, $480,000 can only buy a quaint 4-bedroom property.
That's
So it
fucking
might seem
crazy.
odd that no one wants to snap up the 11
No,
bedroom
some
Carleton
bullshit.
Villa.
There's gonna be some
However,
bullshit.
These days, Carleton Island Villa is a ghostly shell of its former self, and some even suspect that the abandoned ruins are haunted by William Wyckoff himself.
Ooh.
Regardless of Willie's ghost, the property is regarded
Oh
as
my
a
God.
mud pit and is in dangerous disrepair, with all 50 rooms crumbling to pieces. The
How do you
villa's
not know
desolate
basic
location
history?
also-
Because number one, I'm from America. Okay, we have bad education. Number two, I'm stupid. And number three, I have not been in school or thought about school related things. In about 13 years, maybe.
So poses a problem to prospective house flippers, as Carlton Island is only accessible by boat. Not only that, but there's no water or electricity connected to the home, meaning that it would require a lot
That's why
more
I'm
than a
streamer
fresh
now.
lick of paint to restore. In fact, the renovations required to get the house in ship-shape condition are estimated to cost between $10 and $12 million. The new owners would literally have to start from the ground up, as the stone foundations of the property have reached a point of irreversible deterioration and would need to be entirely overhauled.
This camel died in there.
Over 90 years have passed since anyone has lived in the mansion, and the Carlton
Not buying
Island
it.
Villa vacation home is still waiting for someone to pull it out of the darkness and into the sun once again.
Who would do that, dude? Like, if I have that kind of money, I'm buying my own house, building my own house.
Located in
Is
the
it more
countryside,
expensive to build your own house, like crazy expensive, or no?
just outside of the city of Chiai, Minjiang Ghost House is one of the most infamously haunted locations in all of Taiwan. Built in 1929, this house was once full of life until, at some point in the 1950s, the owners, the Liu family, mysteriously upped and left their home behind. The reasons behind the Liu
Oh, I
family...
love brick homes. I love brick homes. Yes, because you have to buy a plot of land. But don't you have to buy that plot of land if you're buying a house anyway? Or no?
Swift departure are shrouded in shadows, but locals believe that a haunting is to blame. In Taiwanese culture, upwards of 87% of people reportedly believe in ghosts, and there are many superstitions dictated by a fear of the spirit world. These include beliefs that whistling can attract evil spirits, and that taking the last bus home could result in being abducted by a phantom driver.
Come get me,
In
ghosts!
the case of the
Come get me!
Minjiang
I dare
House,
you.
The leading theory is that the Lus were haunted by the ghost of a maid they'd mistreated, whose spirit came back to torment them on a nightly basis. The rumors of the hauntings left the home without an owner, and it's been sat abandoned ever since. These days, the structure is down to its bare bones and is more of a ruin as opposed to the luxurious house it once was.
Wow, that looks like
and
shit.
It's not just the inside that's transformed.
Fucking
The outside
Call
of
of
the
Duty
red
map.
brick structure has been completely overtaken by nature, engulfed by twisting vines and branches. Considering its wrecked appearance, no one in their right mind is
I feel like
looking
you
to
could do
part with the
something with that. You can make it like some sort of like airsoft park. People would fuck with that. Photo shoots, movies, rent it out, you know, right?
$901 needed to purchase the ruin, let alone shelling out potentially hundreds of thousands more that would be needed to restore it. It's safe to say this mansion's haunted reputation, as well as its problematic price tag, will likely follow it to the grave. Haunted house on the house. A house with a haunted history is
Ew.
bound to be a tough
I mean, that's
sell
kinda
for any
dope.
realtor, but one agent out there had a nifty trick up their
What do they mean haunted? Do you literally have to say like, hey, just so you know, we're selling this house, but it is haunted? Like, that's not like a real thing. It's like some people believe in it, yeah, but it's like, bro, you shouldn't have to fucking say, yeah, it's haunted. Like, yeah, if it was like, there's no like, it's not like it's some real shit.
2020 residents of Youngsville, Louisiana got quite the
It's
surprise
perfect for an Arby's. Yeah, they could make an Arby's there. That would be very nice.
when realtor Sylvia McLean posted this on Facebook.
That's
offering
ugly as
an
shit.
entire
No,
house
I
for
hate when
free.
houses are just like a rectangle or like a square. Like, get me some personality there, dude. Ew.
Sylvia disclosed that whoever took it on would be expected to move and restore the 1920 structure, which stood on some land that had been purchased by her neighborhood development firm. The final bill for this house move was set to be in excess of $80,000.
Family Guy
It
house.
wasn't the hidden cost that
There's,
were putting
oh my
people
God.
off. In
Imagine
fact,
if
the
someone built the Family Guy house and then like sold that. That's got to be a thing.
comments were flooded with interested buyers. But what Sylvia failed to mention were the reports of an otherworldly presence that also allegedly resides in the home. Former resident Dawn DeClout claims that it's occupied by a restless spirit often witnessed jangling pots and pans, among other creepy unexplained phenomena. While this might not
Bruh.
seem like a huge deal to everyone, once interested buyers found out about the supposed haunting, most of them promptly withdrew their offers to take the house. Despite the home's ghostly resident, one brave soul did agree to take the mostly free home and relocated the house around 20 miles away.
Who the fuck would buy
Who
this
knows if
ugly
the
piece
ghost
of
came
shit
along
and
for the
pay
ride,
all
too?
the money to
If
move
it
it?
did, it probably won't be long before this moving property is back on the market.
There's no way
While
anyone
nothing in the
on
world of
Earth is
real
going to
estate
do it.
Truly comes free. You
That's not
can
even a
get your
mansion,
mitts
by
on
the way.
plenty
They
of
keep
amazing
saying
free
mansion.
content
That's not a
here at Be
mansion.
Amazed. Why not put an offer in on those like and subscribe buttons? You can even seal the deal by ringing that bell icon so you're always in the loop when I've got new content on the market. All signed, sealed, and delivered? Then let's get back to the video. S.K. Pierce Mansion. When it comes to mansions,
That's
they
fucking
say
crazy.
that bigger is better. And while this next property took 100 men 18 months to build,
Yes, legally they have to say if a house has someone die in it or it's haunted. That's the death one. Okay, like I kind of get, but the haunted thing is like insane to me. You know, that's like being like, yo, the house has aliens in it. By the way, there's possibility that there's aliens that have stopped by this house, like UFOs have flown over this house. Because it's just both like, okay, these are both things that people believe in, but like there's no proof of.
its failure to launch comes down to just one small detail. The elaborate 10-bedroom, 7,000 square foot Gothic mansion was completed in 1875
That's dope.
after being
Oh, I
commissioned
like
by
that. And then it has like
businessman
this little thing on top. I would like that.
Sylvester Pierce.
I love a good
Sylvester
upstairs
worked in
balcony.
the furniture business, so it's no surprise that the insides are about as lavish as you can imagine, if not a little eerie, including a steep
There's an alien in the
staircase and
house? That'd be
lavish
sick.
furnishings. After Sylvester's
news
death
there.
in 1888, the mansion was left to his three sons who bickered over the ownership of the mansion for years. Eventually, the mansion was turned into a boarding house in an attempt to revitalize the dwindling Pierce family fortune, but this decision saw the mansion play host to some very unsavory activities. Illegal gambling, black market trading,
No,
frequent
illegal
visits from
gambling?
women of the
Oh,
night,
how could
and
they?
even some homicides are said to have taken place at the house. By 1965, the Pierce fortune had all but disappeared, and ownership of the mansion was transferred outside of the family. Since then, the house has had quite a few residents over the years, some of which have reported some very strange goings-on. In 2009, Edwin Gonzalez moved into the property with his partner Lillian Otero, but the pair were driven out of the home by 2011 due to a
California, you don't have to disclose if it may be haunted. See, yeah, because it's like there's no way to prove it.
Neighbors reported seeing a little boy in the windows, despite the couple being childless, as well as a dark-haired woman who Lillian claims tried to possess her. While all these little anecdotes are creepy to say the least, the couple imparted their experience via a book deal, which could make the claim seem a lot more or a lot
what the
less
hell?
believable, depending on your perspective. Stories like that of Edwin and Lillian are the
Murder,
reason why
I get,
locals
yeah,
have
if someone
dubbed
got
the
murdered,
SK
yeah, let me
Pierce
know.
Mansion the haunted mansion of the neighborhood. And because of this, not a soul wanted to live there.
But it's like, does it really
Guests of the
change
mansion
anything?
have reported an alarming amount of paranormal activity from 9 years.
Oh my God, what
before
did
the
I hit?
seller finally accepted that.
What did I
over
just
the
hit?
years,
Where
out
was
of the
I?
home by 2011 due to alleged paranormal experiences. While Edwin and Lillian lived there, neighbors reported seeing a little boy in the that of Edwin and Lillian are the reason why locals have dubbed the S.K. Pierce Mansion the haunted mansion of the neighborhood. And because of this, not a soul wanted to live there. Guests of the mansion have reported an alarming amount of paranormal activity, from chanting voices, apparitions, and moving furniture. The property sat
Oh
on
my
the market
God.
for 9 years before the seller finally accepted that no one was ever going to buy this accursed location to live in. Instead,
I just be
they
concerned
changed
as the murders,
tactics and
yeah, robbery or bad air. Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, murder. I feel like you gotta be the hey, just so you know,
marketed the home as a haunted attraction.
someone did get fucking
In
shot and
2015,
stabbed and
Edwin
killed.
and Lillian sold Sylvester's old home to Rob and Allison Conti, the owners of haunted attraction company Dark Carnival, for a fraction of the
Ooh.
mansion's $1.3 million valuation, at just $350,000.
Damn. Okay, that's a good deal.
Currently, guests can only stay in the property
That's
after
a good
signing
deal.
a detailed waiver that prevents them from suing Robert over any paranormal activity they may experience. How welcoming.
You could
Grenoble
sue over
alone.
paranormal activity.
Homes
How?
rendered unsellable
How do you
by
prove
their
it?
Creepiness are one thing, but there are some houses out there with price tags that are just too expensive for buyers to even consider.
Yeah, the 60
Dubbed
mil.
Loma, this enormous log cabin sits
Pretty
on the shores
cool.
of Lake Superior.
That's actually
in
really
Marquette,
cool.
Michigan. Touting a private marina and 5,000 acres of woodland, the 26,000 square foot cabin was
What do they
listed
want?
for a splintering $40 million
Oh
in
my
2015.
God.
making it the most expensive house in the state.
That's
While
crazy.
you may think
I think
that's
I'd rather have the 60 mil one, even though the camel died there.
extortionate. The home was constructed in 1923 by financier Louis G. Kaufman for $5 million, which is the equivalent of around $82 million today.
Oh my
However,
God.
not even billionaires thought it was a steal at its listing price, and the luxurious log
Pretty
cabin
cool.
was chopped down to $20 million in
I fuck with it.
2017. Since then, it's still not managed to attract any interest, and the price
I like
isn't
houses
the
that have a
only
cylinder
thing that
part,
has
so there's like a
buyers lost
circular
in the
room.
woods.
I know, I love that too. I love that too so much.
Despite having been designed by a staggering 22 architects,
Who's having that many
the
people
estate
over for
has
dinner?
Some pretty dated, garish decor and a whole load of insanely creepy taxidermy. Honestly, you'd have to pay me $20 million to live in this pet cemetery. Although, not that I'd say no at that price. I could ship over some of those other haunted homes we've seen with the profit to form a cozy, creepy commune.
Yeah, the haunted houses and
for
shit,
the
I
inner
feel like
goth
you can
in all
really
of us.
invest.
Would you buy any of the
People
mansions
fuck
we've
with
seen
those.
today?
People fuck with haunted houses. But yeah, I might buy those mansions, I'm not gonna lie. I'll consider it.